Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good evening, everyone. Introduce us from Group 2, who will present material about bankruptcy. So, let me introduce Bunga Stevia Yendra as moderator during this discussion. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm also accompanied by beautiful girls, Fanny, Rindy, Reviola, and Alia. For that reason, let's just go straight to our first speaker, invited by Reviola.
Okay, I'm Reviola Arisa. I'm gonna explain the first material is definition of bankruptcy law. The word bankruptcy comes from the French word faillite, which means payment jam. In Dutch, the term faillite is used. Bankruptcy is a condition or a situation where a company or business entity is unable to pay its debt in a timely manner and or the amount of its debt exceeds its asset. Or it can also be interpreted that bankruptcy is the suspension of the activities of a company or business entity due to the inability to pay its debt in a timely manner. Legal basis of bankruptcy. The legal basis for bankruptcy in Indonesia is Law Number 37 of 2004 concerning bankruptcy and suspensions of debt payment obligation along with its implementing regulation. These laws regulate the condition and decisions for bankruptcy, the procedure for filing for bankruptcy, the implementation of bankruptcy, the procedure for the curator to settle obligation, the procedure for canceling legal action by the debtor, and the reporting procedure to the court. Uh, the next material is bankruptcy filing procedure. The following is the bankruptcy filing procedure. First is filing with the court. Submission of a bankruptcy application to the chairman of the court in this case must use a licensed attorney, curator, advocate to be registered with the court clerk. The second is submission of bankruptcy petition statement, examination sanction of the bankruptcy petition, uh, summoning the debtor by the court, summoning of creditor, summoning debtor and creditor by express mail, court decision on bankruptcy, and the last one is judgment reading. That's for me. Thank you.
First moderator, three legal consequences of bankruptcy declaration rights. The legal basis for bankruptcy in Indonesia is Law Number 37 of 2004 concerning bankruptcy and suspension of debt payment obligation and its implementing regulation. The law regulates the condition and decision of bankruptcy, the procedure for applying for bankruptcy, the procedure for implementing bankruptcy, the procedure for resolving the obligation by the curator, um, the procedure for cancelling legal action by the debtor, and the procedure for reporting to the court. Legal consequence of bankruptcy declaration rights. B. Parties that can file for bankruptcy. Article 2 of the bankruptcy law specifies the parties that can file bankruptcy petition name. The first is the debtor itself. The second, creditors. Next, attorney if it concerns the public interest. Next, if the debtor is a bank, uh, next, if the debtor is a securities company, stock exchange, clearing and guarantee institution, depository and settlement institution. Next, if the debtor is an insurance company. Legal consequence of bankruptcy with the issue of a bankruptcy verdict, whether it's filed by the debtor, creditor, or other authorized parties in accordance with the provision in law number 37 2004 on bankruptcy and suspension of debt payment obligation. Author consult for the other consequences of a bankruptcy judgment for the debtor by law loses his right to control and manage his assets included in the bankruptcy estate. Second, bankruptcy only affect the bankruptcy estate and not the individual bankruptcy debtor. Next, the bankruptcy estate is administered and controlled by the curator for the benefit of all creditors and debtors. Next, claims and suits concerning the rights and obligation of the bankruptcy estate must be brought by or against the curator. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fanny. I will read the next material. For curator for postponement of debit payment obligation. Number 1. Definition and purpose of receivership. PKPU curator is a professional, usually an accountant or lawyer, appointed by the court to manage a company that files for PKPU. Also, in another sense, a curator in a bankruptcy case is a party appointed by the court to manage and dispose of the debitor's asset. Next, purpose of PKPU. The main objective of PKPU is to provide an opportunity for companies experiencing financial difficulties to improve their financial condition and avoid bankruptcy. Next, number 2, the main task of the curator. Managing the company asset. Number 2, investigating the company debits. Number 3, making reports. And number 4, facilitating page. Number 3, PKPU process in brief. PKPU application. The company submits a PKPU application to the Crown. Appointment of curator. The Crown appoints a curator to manage the PKPU process. Supervision period. The curator supervises the company and makes a report. Peace negotiation and court discussion. Number 4, the importance of understanding PKPU curators. Next, for companies, understanding the role of the curator can help companies. Number 2, for creditors, understanding the role of the curator can assist creditors. Number 3, for the public. Understanding PKPU can public of the importance of a company. Next, Miss Natul Alia.
Okay, next I will read about commercial cards. First, background to the establishment of the commercial cards. The import of the 1997 monetary crisis is still being felt in Indonesia. The need for an institution to resolve business disputes that is fast and executorial in nature has been felt the most. According to Wijayanta quote from the National Planning Agency, it turns out that the ability to master legal knowledge by judges is also still lacking when examining, adjudicating, and deciding business disputes, especially during the economic crisis in Indonesia. To maintain economic stability and address this issue, the government on 24 April 1998 issues government regulation in lieu of law Perpu number 1/1998 on the amendment to the bankruptcy law Perpu number 1/1998 also become the basis for the establishment of the first commercial court located at the Central Jakarta District Court. Okay, next. Duties and authority of the commercial courts. The duties and powers of the commercial courts are set out in Article 300 UKKS 1198. Article 280. The commercial court is under the general court, whose duties are: first, to examine and decide on bankruptcy petition. 2. Postponement of the payment obligation. And 3. Examine other cases in the field of commerce which are determined by law. Okay, 3. Examination of cases by judge. As set out in Article 301 that first, the commercial court shall hear and decide cases in the first instance by a panel of judges. 2. In the case of other cases in the field of commerce as referred to in Article 300 paragraph 1, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court may determine the type and value of case which at first instance shall be examined and decided by a single judge. 3. In carrying out their duties, commercial courts' duties shall be assisted by a clerk or substitute clerk and bailiff. Okay, next. Business conflict resolution methods. For conflict resolution, business disputes can be resolved through litigation and non-litigation. The settlement of business conflict outside the courts is usually pursued through non-litigation. First, negotiation through mediation, and 3, arbitration. As for litigation conflict resolution, it can be resolved through court channels, among others, 1, military courts, 2, state administrative courts, 3, religious courts, and 4, specialist courts such as industrial relation courts, commercial courts, fisheries courts. Okay, thanks. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I will present material related to cassation and judicial review. 6. Cassation. Definition of cassation. Cassation is one of the legal remedies submitted to the Supreme Court to overturn the decision of the court of last instance of all judicial environment or the appellate level. If the cassation petition is granted, the Supreme Court will hear the case itself and overturn the decision of the court at the appellate level. Function of cassation petition. Correct error that might have occurred in the lower court. Determine whether a rule of law has been applied correctly. Avoiding public indulgence due to lower court judgment. Legal basis for cassation. The legal basis of the cassation court conducted by the Supreme Court is regulated in Article 20 of the Basic Law on Judicial Power Number 48 of 2009. 3 grounds for cassation. Judex facti did not exceed its authority. Judex facti misapplied or violated the applicable law. The judex facti failed to fulfill the condition required by the legislation that threatens the negligence with the cancellation of the decision concerned. Judicial review. The cassation decision is a decision that has obtained permanent legal force. Therefore, if the parties are still dissatisfied with the cassation decision, they can file a judicial review to the Supreme Court through the district court clerk. However, a judicial review can only be filed once. Therefore, if you still want to take legal action, it is already closed. An application for judicial review may be made if the decision on the case in question finds the following matters: the existence of a lie, deceit, or false evidence, all of which have also been declared by the criminal judge; the existence of decisive evidence if such evidence was present during the trial process; the fact that the judge's decision granted something that was not demanded or more than what was demanded; the existence of conflicting judgment even though the parties are the same on the same basis or issue or of the same level. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Indika. Thanks your for attention and see you.